Okay, this is the traditional posing test. It's a little different from the symbol-based one, but we'll get into that. Again, just going over the stage. Uh, this setup is my personal setup. Let's see if we can workspace default. This is what the default setup would usually look like. Timeline at the top, stage in this main area here, library, color, properties down the bottom. Okay, so on the main stage we have the high definition field guide, or HDFG, which comes up here. It is a guided layer, so rather than if it's got this little blue hammer ruler next to it, it means when it's exported, this layer just won't show up. It's just good to have there as a guide. We have the animatic, we have the audio layer, which visually doesn't show up, but you can still hide it. And then underneath there we have the scene. So let's just have a look at the animatic for this particular one. You're right. Okay, so this is a scene from Teen Titans Go, which is a symbol-based show, and this scene would have been very heavily redrawn, but still probably a mostly symbol-based piece of animation. But instead, we are using this particular animatic and this setup as a traditional posing test. So what we're going to get you to do is to take these animatic poses and essentially put them on style and cleaned up based on the design. So if we switch the animatic off and switch the scene on, we'll see that the whole scene exists as one symbol, which if we double click, we can go inside, where there's a bunch of layers. So again, we have an audio layer with the audio. Here is a guided layer with a bunch of poses given for this bird. This bird was in a couple of scenes. You'll notice this pose is the one is actually used in the animatic when he vomits up his construction goop when he's building his nest. So this is pretty much, this is the exact pose for that exact board panel. We can see we've been given designs on how his wings should look when they're bent, detail around his arms and his legs, and the inside of his mouth. Even some roughs of when he's smiling, and in a later scene he sits down. We have the branch. He throws a branch right at the start of the animatic. We have the nest. We have... This is the actual build we were given for this character, which is broken up into like a bunch of different pieces. As I said, what we're looking for this particular test is a traditional based test. So you can use this as reference by all means, but for this particular scene, we would like to see your traditional posing, your hand-drawn-ness posing. Yeah. We have the tree in the background, and then we have the sky cloud. Now, something I didn't mention. If you need to create layers, which you will, there is this button down here. We have Insert Layer, Add Motion Guide, Insert Layer Folder, and Delete Layer. So the first and last one are relevant. The middle two, don't worry about it for now. So if we hit Insert Layer, we get a new layer called Layer 25. Always rename your layers to what they actually are. Otherwise, you end up with documents filled with just not named layers, and that is just, especially when you have to pass it on to someone else. Yeah, name your layers. It's super convenient for everyone. So let's take the rough. The way I'd approach a scene like this, or even a symbol-based scene, is rough out what you're planning on doing first, and then go back and do cleanup. So we've got rough. Along here we've got our tools. So we've got the brush. This bottom thing here is the brush pressure. Flash brush is a little annoying in that so we have one size, and then we zoom in, and then we do it. The brush doesn't scale. It whatever size you are using it as is the size that it puts stuff down. So something to keep in mind. We have smoothing down here. So no smoothing gives that result. High smoothing does that. 25 isn't too bad. That's where I leave my brush, but we can even go in and once we've done stuff, pull at these, because this is all vector. So we can go in and really massage the lines into something that we like. Or, just draw it again and again. However you prefer to do it. Anyway, there is some other brush sizes. So anything between that and that, as you can see. And different brush shapes, I guess. Another thing you might need to do. Let's create another layer and call it animatic. We go back to the scene 1. We go to the animatic layer. If we click just on the frame, it selects one frame. If we click here, it'll select everything. And from there we can right click and go copy frames. And then go back into our scene and go paste frames. So we have the animatic in here. This tool here lets you resize it. So we can put that up in the corner. And this should play together. Yeah, so you can have that up in the corner, or you can have that large and behind the character, so you can get posing looking nice. So yeah, that's more or less it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, hope you're having a lovely day.